Hey man, you had some of that Mona? That Mona what? That Mona Lisa, man. Nah, man. Well, try some of this. I feel myself getting high, but whether feeling lasts all night. I feel myself reaching for the sky, like I'm riding on a natural high. I drove to the club in style, so I thought I'd stick around for a while. I seen a few friends that I knew. They asked me what I wanted to do. They said there's a new drug in town, and asked me if I wanted to get down. I said yes it is, it's the truth. Then they told me what we were gonna do. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. I said, what the hell is the Mona Lee? And will it keep me up or will it make me sleep? Tell my mind now before my eyes can see, 'cause I'm a driver who don't wanna fall asleep. I walked to the bar and I seen a star with a circle around it like it was a camouflage. But as I moved closer, to my surprise, something took me back to 1595. 'Cause when I looked again, I seen a picture of a woman, and I guess you know it was the black Mona Lisa. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. I've traveled the world and I've seen there's more than one of everything, you know what I mean. Every picture of Mother Mary is white, but the Pope at the Vatican has one that is black. If you've never checked it out, let me tell you it's fact. So everybody knows that it's just like that. You could hide the truth will be revealed by the people like me who knows the deal. And I don't care about what nobody says about how I feel about the Mona Lisa. Because if it wasn't for the truth revealed, me and you would never know the deal. So wake up people like you go to bed and remember everything that I said. 'Cause the truth is the truth and the truth you can use. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee. Ooh, ooh. The Mona, Mona Lee, Mona Lee. The Mona, 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 Mona Lee.